Silence has long been misunderstood by the weak as a symbol of submission, when in truth, it is the quiet fortress of the powerful. Those who remain silent are often mistaken for those who have nothing to say, yet in their silence lies a discipline that few possess. It takes no effort to speak, to fill the air with words meant to prove one's worth. But it takes immense control to hold back one's voice when emotion demands release. Power is not in the noise of the tongue, but in the command of restraint. To speak is easy, to be silent while knowing the truth is mastery. In every court, in every battlefield, in every negotiation, silence has determined the victor more than the sword or the pen. The man who remains silent allows others to reveal themselves. Words betray intention, but silence conceals it. While others rush to justify, defend, or impress, the silent observer learns the pattern of every heart in the room. The impatient expose themselves through their eagerness to be understood, while the silent one listens, calculates, and stores what is useful. In that stillness, he becomes untouchable, for no one can strike what they cannot read. Those who speak often waste their power. Every word uttered is a piece of the self given away, a fragment of one's thoughts surrendered to the world. The one who guards his speech guards his kingdom. He lets others underestimate him, for underestimation is the sweetest disguise of power. The world fears what it does not understand, and silence creates the perfect veil. When a person of strength chooses silence, they transform confusion into control. People begin to question what they cannot interpret. What is he thinking? What does she know? And in that uncertainty, influence grows. Silence does not mean the absence of thought. It is thought in its purest, most potent form. It is the moment between the strike and the victory, the calm before the command. Every great mind has known that to act without silence beforehand is to act without understanding. Silence sharpens perception. It draws attention inward, where strategy is born. In silence, you weigh the consequences before the act. You see the weakness in others before revealing your own strength. It is the crucible in which reason burns away impulse. The loudest man in the room seeks validation. The quiet one seeks control. The loud man desires to be seen, to be approved, to be feared through display. But the quiet man has no need for performance. He already holds the reins of his own nature. Power that requires noise is fragile. It depends on the response of others to exist. True power is silent because it is self-contained. It does not announce itself. It manifests itself when the time demands it. Silence is also a weapon of psychological dominance. When you withhold speech, others will fill the void with their own assumptions, their own insecurities, and their own fears. They will talk to silence as if it were a mirror, revealing their inner thoughts in desperation to break the tension. In this way, silence extracts truth more efficiently than interrogation. The unspoken forces confession, while words often provoke defense. Silence corners the mind. It makes others uncomfortable because it cannot be controlled. The one who commands silence commands that discomfort and wields it as power. Yet silence must be intentional. To remain quiet without purpose is passivity. To remain quiet with understanding is strategy. It is not about shrinking away from confrontation, but about choosing the moment of strike with precision. The wise know when to speak, not to fill the air, but to conclude what silence has already achieved. One word after long silence carries the weight of 100 shouted speeches. It falls like a hammer, because it comes not from reaction but from calculation. To master silence is to master oneself. It demands that you tame the instincts that make you human: pride, anger, fear, and the hunger to be heard. It asks that you look beyond the present moment and see the longer game, where noise fades but influence endures. Those who understand silence know that victory does not belong to those who shout the loudest, but to those who wait in stillness until the world grows quiet enough to hear their whisper. In a world driven by impulse, where every emotion demands expression and every thought seeks an audience, the rare art of observation becomes the ultimate form of intelligence. The observer does not rush to react, he studies. While others are consumed by the urgency to respond, he reads the flow of events, the tone of voices, the shift of eyes, and the rhythm of silence between words. To him, every gesture is a revelation, every careless statement a confession. Reaction reveals weakness, but observation reveals truth. The one who observes owns the map of human behavior, and with that map, he navigates chaos with precision. Those who react too quickly expose their insecurities, their anger, their excitement, their need to be right, all become windows into their mind. The observer watches them, not with emotion but with intent. He knows that patience is the weapon that destroys pride. When he remains calm as others burn in passion, He becomes the mirror that shows them their own loss of control. Every moment of restraint grants him power over those enslaved by their impulses. The reactionary fights battles he does not understand. The observer chooses battles already won in the silence of his analysis. Observation is not passive, it is the most active form of control. It requires focus sharper than any blade and detachment colder than any armor. To observe well, one must detach from personal desire, from the hunger to speak, from the need to prove. Desire clouds perception, and the one who observes must see without distortion. When you observe, you gather advantage quietly. You learn the motives that others conceal even from themselves. You begin to see patterns, how ambition hides beneath humility, how fear masquerades as aggression, how weakness disguises itself in loud confidence. Every interaction becomes a lesson, every mistake by others a silent teacher. The impatient man wastes his energy on defending his pride, while the patient observer stores his energy for a decisive moment. When others speak too soon, they reveal the limits of their knowledge. When they act too early, they reveal the scope of their power. The observer measures both and prepares accordingly. In this way, observation becomes the architect of strategy. Every great decision is born not from haste, but from the long accumulation of unseen details. The observer does not need to predict the future. He creates it through the precision of understanding the present. Those who do not observe are slaves to circumstance. They move when others move, they feel what others feel, and they become echoes in a chorus of noise. But the observer stands apart, not to isolate himself, but to see clearly. He knows that the crowd reacts, the ruler reflects. To observe is to step outside the storm and watch where the wind truly blows. When the crowd runs in panic, the observer sees opportunity. When others celebrate too soon, he watches the shadow forming behind their victory. In his calm awareness, he becomes untouchable because he never acts without knowing. Observation also transforms silence into strength. Every unspoken word, every pause, becomes a tool for gathering intelligence. The observer uses silence to draw out information, to make others comfortable enough to reveal themselves. When you do not speak, others rush to fill the void with explanations, justifications, and secrets they never intended to share. The observer listens not only to what is said, but to what is avoided. He hears the tremor in confidence, the hesitation in denial, the truth buried beneath the performance. He does not interrupt, for interruption breaks the spell. He simply listens until the truth walks willingly into the open. Observation is the discipline of vision over vanity. The vain man wants to be seen, the wise man wants to see. Vanity seeks reaction, wisdom seeks comprehension. The observer knows that reaction is temporary, but understanding is eternal. He is not swayed by the noise of insult or praise. He knows that both are distractions, and that emotion is the enemy of perception. The one who can watch without being moved by what he sees possesses an authority beyond appearance. He rules not by force, but by foresight. To observe is to command time itself. The one who reacts lives in the present, enslaved by each passing moment. The one who observes lives ahead, already knowing the likely consequence of every act around him. While others speak in haste, he watches the words turn into weapons or weaknesses. While others fight to be noticed, he studies how the battle unfolds and strikes only when the outcome is certain. Observation turns patience into strategy and strategy into dominance. It is not the loud, the emotional, or the impulsive who shape the world, but the few who see before they move, who learn before they decide, and who master the art of stillness before action. Mystery is the invisible crown that separates the influential from the ordinary. It is not built on deception but on discipline, the discipline to never reveal more than is necessary. The world fears what it cannot read, and the unreadable person commands both curiosity and caution. When you become a mystery, you become a question that others cannot answer, and in their attempt to solve you, they expose themselves. Power grows in that uncertainty, for the mind that cannot predict your actions is already beneath your control. To be mysterious is not to be absent, but to be deliberate in presence, to appear just enough to remind the world of your existence, yet never enough to be fully known. Those who reveal themselves too quickly lose their advantage. Familiarity breeds comfort, and comfort breeds neglect. The mysterious one, however, keeps others alert. His silence is not emptiness but tension. It forces others to wonder, to speculate, to fear the unknown. The less people know of your motives, the more they imagine them to be vast. Imagination, once ignited, will exaggerate your power far beyond what you possess. The uncertain mind creates its own prison, shackled by questions that only you could answer. And you never will. Mystery feeds on contrast. Appear kind when expected to be cold, speak softly when provoked to anger, vanish when the world expects your presence, and your unpredictability becomes your strength. Consistency comforts others, but inconsistency unsettles them. The mysterious man breaks patterns just enough to remain unpredictable, yet never enough to appear reckless. He does not seek to confuse without reason. His mystery is purposeful. Every silence, every gesture, every disappearance is a message wrapped in ambiguity. The world becomes his stage, and every audience member projects their own fear, hope, or desire upon him. The art of mystery demands mastery of restraint. You must resist the need to explain, to justify, to defend. When accused, you remain calm. When praised, you remain unreadable. The moment you begin to clarify, you surrender the fog that shields your influence. People trust what they understand, but they respect what they cannot. Your mystery creates distance, and that distance is the throne upon which authority sits. In closeness, flaws are seen. In distance, only the silhouette of greatness remains. Mystery also turns attention into energy. The curious eye follows you because it cannot comprehend you. The world will whisper, assume, and debate your motives, and in doing so, it keeps your name alive without your effort. The mysterious man does not chase influence. Influence follows him in pursuit of understanding. He allows the world to fill the silence with its own stories, knowing that rumor often builds greater legends than truth ever could. A single unanswered question about you can hold more power than 1,000 confessions. However, mystery must be managed with precision. Too much concealment invites suspicion. Too much exposure invites weakness. The art lies in balance, revealing just enough to maintain intrigue, while keeping the essence locked away. It is a dance between light and shadow, where you control the rhythm of revelation. Let the world see your actions, but never your intentions. Let them hear your voice, but never know your thoughts. Let them witness your victories, but remain blind to your methods. What they cannot see, they cannot counter. Mystery turns even failure into fascination. When the ordinary fail, they are pitied. When the mysterious fail, they are studied. People assume a hidden reason, a greater plan, or a deeper layer they have yet to uncover. Their curiosity protects your image, even in loss. The unknown absorbs defeat and transforms it into speculation. In this way, the mysterious man is never truly defeated, for the imagination of others will rewrite his fall as a temporary retreat or an intentional sacrifice. Mystery is also a form of seduction. The human mind craves closure, and mystery denies it. This denial breeds obsession. The more someone wants to understand you, the more power you hold over them. You draw them in without promise, command their attention without effort, and control their thoughts without a word. Every unanswered question becomes a string attached to their mind, and you hold all the strings. The most dangerous power is not physical strength or spoken authority. It is the power of fascination, the ability to live rent-free in the thoughts of others. To practice the art of mystery is to understand that exposure is surrender. The moment you are fully understood, you become ordinary. To be mysterious is to be infinite in possibility. It is to let others define you in 100 ways, and to be all of them and none at once. The mysterious one moves through the world like a shadow, seen but never caught, heard but never grasped, present yet untouchable. Every word uttered is a transaction. The moment you speak, you trade a piece of your mind for attention, understanding, or influence. Those who speak without measure spend their words like beggars tossing coins into the street, hoping someone will notice their noise. But the wise treat speech as currency, limited, valuable, and to be invested only where it multiplies power. The power of speech lies not in its abundance but in its scarcity. The less you speak, the more your words weigh when you finally do. To master the economy of language is to master the perception of value, for people treasure what they rarely receive. Speech reveals the architecture of the mind. The undisciplined thinker exposes his confusion through excess. He talks not to communicate but to soothe his insecurity, to fill silence that threatens to reveal his emptiness. The disciplined, however, understand that every unnecessary word weakens authority. Silence before speech creates tension. It makes listeners lean forward. When you finally choose to speak, that tension explodes into attention. The moment belongs to you because you have mastered the rhythm of restraint. To speak sparingly is to teach others that your voice has cost, a cost that demands their respect. The wise know that words can build empires or destroy them. A single phrase, spoken at the right time, can command armies or shift nations. Yet the same phrase, uttered without care, can ignite rebellion or ruin. Therefore, speech must be measured like gold weighed on scales. Before you speak, Ask not only what you wish to say, but what you will lose by saying it. Every sentence reveals a thought. Every thought reveals intention, and intention, once exposed, cannot be reclaimed. Power thrives in the unseen, and reckless speech strips that power bear. The ruler of his tongue becomes the ruler of his fate. Words are also a mirror to character. The one who speaks endlessly reveals desperation. Desperation to be heard, to be acknowledged, to be relevant. But the one who holds his tongue radiates confidence. He needs no validation from sound. His authority emanates from presence. The world instinctively trusts the calm speaker, for calmness suggests control. Noise suggests uncertainty. Even in disagreement, the quiet man commands more weight than the loud one, because the world equates restraint with wisdom. When he speaks, his words cut through the noise like a blade through fog, sharp and undeniable. Speech must serve purpose, not impulse. The powerful speak with intent, to move, to influence, to conquer minds. Every word is positioned like a piece on a chessboard, not thrown like dice in chance. The weak use words as reaction, the strong use them as design. The weak argue to be right, the strong speak to direct thought. A well-placed pause can control a room more effectively than a shouted declaration. Speech, when disciplined, becomes command. When uncontrolled, it becomes confession. Those who understand the currency of speech also know the power of withholding it. Silence is not absence, it is accumulation. The less you say, the more others fill the void with their own assumptions. They interpret your quietness as intellect, anger, indifference, or strategy. And in every interpretation, they give you shape and power you never had to claim. The silent man controls narrative through omission. He does not chase understanding, he lets others construct it around him. His silence is the forge where others' imaginations labor endlessly, building his legend word by word. Speech once given cannot be recalled. It is a weapon that, once released, may turn against its wielder. The wise do not speak in anger, for anger spends speech recklessly and buys regret. They do not boast, for boasting bankrupts credibility. They do not gossip, for gossip cheapens authority. Every sentence either adds to or subtracts from your value in the minds of others. The goal is not to speak often, but to speak so that every word serves a purpose beyond the moment. Even the smallest statement should leave an impression that echoes long after silence returns. To speak wisely is to master timing. A word spoken too soon is noise, a word spoken too late is futility, but a word spoken precisely when the world is ready to hear it becomes prophecy. Timing transforms ordinary speech into command. The one who waits, listens, and then speaks at the moment of peak tension bends attention to his will. Listeners mistake this precision for genius when it is merely discipline. The discipline to let silence ripen until words fall like thunder. Speech is currency because it defines your worth in the marketplace of minds. Each word you spend shapes how others invest their trust, fear, or loyalty in you. If you flood them with talk, you devalue your own voice. But if you speak with purpose, your silence becomes anticipation and your words become decree. Those who understand this balance never waste speech on the unworthy, never reveal plans through chatter, and never explain when mystery serves them better. Patience is not the absence of movement, it is the discipline of measured motion. It is the quiet endurance that transforms chaos into opportunity and impulsive desire into lasting power. The impatient act from hunger, but the patient act from strategy. To the impatient, time is an enemy to be defeated. To the patient, time is an ally to be used. The difference between defeat and dominance often lies not in strength or intelligence, but in the ability to wait. To hold position when others rush, to remain still when others panic, and to advance only when the moment is ripe. The world belongs to those who understand timing. Every empire that has endured, every conqueror who has risen, mastered the art of patience. They knew that to strike before the moment is to waste strength, and to strike after it is to chase shadows. Patience is not passive, it is preparation disguised as stillness. While others are distracted by noise and motion, the patient are studying the terrain, the temperament of rivals, and the unfolding of fate. Their calm is not weakness, it is the silence before precision. The impatient demand instant reward and sacrifice future victory for present relief. The patient delay gratification and reap outcomes that endure beyond seasons. To be patient is to possess foresight. It is to understand that true power grows like a seed beneath the soil, unseen, uncelebrated, but inevitable. The weak dig up their own progress to check for results and kill what they began. The strong water their plans quietly and let time mature them. They do not measure success by applause or recognition, but by control. The control over self, over impulse, over circumstance. Patience is the mind's armor against the chaos of reaction. It transforms suffering into understanding and waiting into conquest. Impatience is born from fear. Fear of losing, fear of missing, fear of being forgotten. The patient fear nothing because they know that what is meant for them cannot be stolen by haste. They understand that time exposes everything: the liar, the pretender, the unworthy. By standing still, they allow others to destroy themselves through their own desperation. The impatient expose weakness by acting without insight. The patient expose truth by waiting for the mask to fall. Every enemy reveals himself if you give him enough time. The one who can wait will always see what the impatient hide. Patience also breeds authority. The crowd worships urgency. They confuse motion for progress. Yet when they see someone who is unmoved by the rush of the world, they sense power. The calm presence of the patient disturbs the restless. His silence questions their frenzy. His composure becomes dominance, for it shows that he is governed by nothing external. When others crumble under tension, he remains still, and in that stillness, he rises. The patient man does not chase opportunities. He creates conditions where opportunities chase him. He becomes gravity itself, drawing results toward him while appearing motionless. Victory that comes quickly often vanishes just as fast. The victories born of patience endure because they are built upon understanding, not impulse. The patient builder constructs foundations while others decorate facades. The patient leader studies before commanding, ensuring that when he moves, the path is already cleared of resistance. His triumph appears effortless because it was rehearsed in the quiet hours of restraint. To outsiders, it seems fortune favors him. In truth, it is patience disguised as luck. Patience is the highest form of strategy because it turns time, the one resource shared by all, into a weapon only few can wield. Every second of waiting becomes a strike delayed but not denied. While others burn themselves out in haste, the patient conserve their fire until the world's noise dies down. Then, when their move comes, it arrives with the weight of inevitability. Patience transforms timing into destiny, and destiny favors those who master delay. The patient man learns from every pause. He listens to silence, reads hesitation, and observes failure without despair. Each moment of restraint feeds his understanding of human nature. He sees how easily others are manipulated by urgency, how predictably they reveal their intentions when pressured by time. The patient does not resist the flow of events, he bends it. Time, once feared, becomes his instrument. He knows that every storm passes, every fever cools, every frenzy fades. The one who endures becomes the last voice when all others have fallen silent. Patience is also the truest form of strength because it demands mastery over the self. It is easy to command others. It is far harder to command one's impulses, to wait without frustration, to observe without envy, to plan without distraction. This is the work of the powerful. The impatient surrender to emotion. The patient mold emotion into focus. The impatient demand to be seen. The patient allow results to speak in their place. In this way, patience becomes not just a virtue but a throne built on endurance. Those who understand patience understand inevitability. They know that victory is not seized in haste but invited through persistence. Every delay is a teacher, every pause a preparation. While others exhaust themselves chasing fleeting triumphs, the patient gather quiet power that cannot be taken by force, only by time. Power does not belong to the loud, the restless, or the impulsive. It belongs to those who understand the silent mechanics of influence. Those who know when to speak, when to wait, and when to disappear. Silence, observation, mystery, measured speech, and patience are not virtues of weakness, but instruments of domination. The one who can master them holds the unseen reins of control, shaping outcomes without struggle, commanding respect without demand. The loud announce their strength and lose it in the echo. The quiet guard theirs, and let it reveal itself only when victory is certain. In the theater of human ambition, the wise do not rush toward attention. They let attention come to them. They do not waste words proving themselves. They let silence prove their power. They do not react to the noise of the crowd. They study it, use it, and rise above it. True authority requires no explanation, no defense, no constant display. It moves in stillness, waits in shadows, and strikes only once, perfectly. In the end, silence wins every time, not because it hides weakness, but because it conceals strength until the world is too unguarded to resist it.